Okay, this is just a rough video of something that I want to show some people out there that might not know this. A lot of these Korg's got out the Voca series synthesizers. This is a little Voca sample, and I basically bought it to use as a small drum machine that I can sample my own drums into it. This certain unit does have a MIDI input on it, so it would sync with MIDI, which the Tascam don't have MIDI anyway. But also it has a pulse time code input and a pulse code time output. This little unit has that. The Teenage Pocket operators, they all run off that same sync code. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to record a time code from this unit over onto one track of the Tascam. I'm picking number 12. So what I'll do is I'll take the sync output, hook it into an input over here on the Tascam, and I'll hit play, and at that point I will set my record level good and hot. Turn your input level to it goes into the red and back it down just a hair. All right, it seems like it takes that loud of code to make this work. So, okay, when we do that, after we record the time code, which you'd want to put about 5 or 6 minutes of time code on there, just however long you think your project will be. You'll need to set your tempo to the project. If it's, we'll just say 120 beats a minute. You set it for 120 beats a minute. Set this on record and play, and hit play on this, and let it just sit there and play for about 5 or 6 minutes. After that, just hit stop on both of them. And then what I do is I edit my time code. I want my unit to be synced up with the beats, bars, and measures. So what I'll do is I'll go over here to the jog wheel, and I will go up there to I see my first beat, my first code pulse right there, and I will butt that up right up there to it, which I've already got that done. And then I will hit mark out, rewind all the way back to the beginning, and hit mark in, hit track edit, and cut that. And what that will do is that will bring that pulse right up there to the beginning. The reason you don't see this at the beginning, because after I did that, when I did that, it will, as soon as I hit play, that will start. But I want it to come in, say, 4 beats after that, so I deleted from the beginning of the timeline up to the 4th beat. So now that will come in basically a 4 count off after the music starts. All right, so we got our time code on here, but we do not want to hear that pulse time clock. So what we got to do to get it over there without hearing it on our mix is we'll cut number 12 down. We'll go over here and hit mixer, go to the effects send to. If it's off, cut it on, but cut it on to pre instead of post. If you do that, you'll be able to bring this volume down and it will still send that code out. All right, go right to the next, go right to the next of it and hit your master 2. Cut it up all the way, both of them up to 127. It worked with this one. It worked with this unit. But if you have any problems, adjust your, you can adjust that level. So anyway, we got our code ready to go into that, and let's go back and show the picture of the time code when it kicks in. I'm going to rewind this unit. I'm going to hit this on play. That way that beat will start at the beginning of the beat instead of in the middle of the beat. And I'm going to bring up a little synthesizer here and hit play. 4 and drums are playing. Okay. You hit stop. If I hit play again, it will continue where it left off. All right, since this is not a MIDI time code, you need a converter to be able to record an audible code on here. But MIDI has song pointer information, and you could go anywhere in that song, rewind, fast forward, or whatever, and hit play, and everything would be right where it needs to be. If I was to rewind this now, and I hit play, and I let that stop in the middle of a beat, it's basically going to continue there. And so what I'll do is I'll hit stop and play again. That way it resets that back to the beginning. But as long as you stop and start in the middle of the song and you don't rewind or fast forward anywhere, it'll pretty much just take off where it left off. So, all right, we got that down, and I believe that's it. One other thing, also with this pulse code, you can daisy chain it. I had it daisy chained to that the other night, and you probably could daisy chain it to 2 or 3 other things. But anyway, that's the way you can sync stuff like that up with your recorder. And the reason you'd want to do that is because a lot of times if you're working with different products, like later on I can change those drums. I can do anything I want to with them, and it will lock right in. Another thing on these units is you can, let me hit play again. You can also start and stop them and they'll come right in. One, two, three, four. And it's right in time with it. Anyway, I hope somebody gets something good out of that, and everybody have a great day.